Charlie Kirk's killer has allegedly confessed to his father, and his father, after speaking with some pastors in the area, turned his son into law enforcement. We now know the identity of the killer. His name is Tyler Robinson. He is 22 years old. He is now in custody. There was just a press conference held in Utah by the governor as well as the FBI. I want to go through the facts that we know, and I want to stick to the facts. What we know about Tyler Robinson is that he comes from a very Republican family. Tyler Robinson's political affiliation is unknown. We know this family is Mormon. This family is white. We know that Tyler Robinson was raised with guns and shooting. His mom referred to the family as a gun-toting family. There's lots of photos with him at shooting ranges. I'll show you those photos now. He wore a Trump costume for Halloween in the past. Again, this seems to be a family that was supportive of Donald Trump. Tyler Robinson's father, who you see right here, he was a sheriff. He's a retired sheriff, a veteran of the Washington County Sheriff's Department. And he ultimately turned his own son in after the FBI and local law enforcement, really because of the FBI, had totally botched this investigation. I want to go through now some of the additional facts that we're aware of. This is the mugshot right now of the suspect, Tyler Robinson. You see it right here. This is the photo from Halloween of the alleged Charlie Kirk shooter, proudly wearing his Trump costume for Halloween. One of the bullet casings that were found had an inscription that read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAOO." There were other inscriptions as well. I want to be very clear not to read too much into the inscriptions. There are some people who are saying that the inscriptions are actually a code for an online game called Helldivers, and it activates like a special bombing thing called Eagle 500, whatever. But the other inscriptions appear to say, "Notices bulges, OWO, what's this? Hey, fascists, catch up arrow, right arrow, 3 down arrow," as like literally a code to activate a certain bomb in a game. Some suspect that, but I just want to let you know what they say. These do not appear to be what it was previously reported to say when the ATF released false information, or when the FBI released false information the other day. There's this photo right here of Tyler Robinson posted by his mother, Amber, on October 31, 2018. His mother writes, "Happy Halloween, handing out candy alone since these weirdos ditched me. Tyler is some guy from a meme. Austin is the crazy end of the world homeless guy. And Logan is a fancy skeleton. Hashtag my kids are weird. Happy Halloween. Boys mom." You see that right there. The meme actually appears to be the Pepe Frog Groiper meme, which is a racist meme. But you can judge for yourself if that's the meme. But we put up the Pepe the Frog meme. It's associated with anti-Semitic slurs and behavior like that. Here's Tyler Robinson with various weapons. These are photos that his mom was posting. "My son's a leather-working, gun-touting, cowboy-loving, brilliant kid." This was referring to her other son, Austin. But the mom posted photos like this about her son, Tyler, who you see here. Lots of photos of them taking family vacations together. As our editor-in-chief, Ron Filipkowski, writes, so let me get this straight. After days of Republicans blaming and vilifying Democrats and trans people for Kirk's murder, despite having no clue who the person was. We find out it's a white guy from a Republican family in Utah who loved guns. Yeah, that sounds about right. Then Kash Patel tries to brag like law enforcement figured this out. Law enforcement didn't figure this out. The guy confessed to his dad, and his dad turned his son in. Actually, should have been a pretty easy case to solve, given that they lived in Utah, they had guns. Oh, by the way, Tyler Robinson got a scholarship. He attended only one semester before dropping out. Still unclear why he dropped out, but he actually went to that school. So, given all the surveillance cameras, given that he went to the school, gun loving, if you ran the correct profile on who the shooter was versus trying to create a narrative to divide the country and saying it was a trans, whatever you were trying to say, you may have actually been able to do real law enforcement work. Here's Kash Patel trying to act like this is a testament to the dedication of good law enforcement. Here, play this clip.
The arrest is a testament to the dedication of good law enforcement being great, and partnerships in law enforcement, which I've tried to highlight as my tenure as the director of the FBI. There is no better relationship for law enforcement than the FBI to partner with state and local authorities, and you've seen it here in these last few days.
And then Kash Patel's like, and this is what happens when you let good cops be good cops. Here, play this clip.
Thank you, Governor. This is what happens when you let good cops be cops.
You're trying to who's not letting good cops be good cops? You aren't. By imposing your ideology onto law enforcement investigations. The cops didn't do anything here to be in terms of finding the guy. You didn't do anything. The cops may have been able to find the guy if you didn't get in their way. Let me be clear about that. The way this was resolved was that the guy, Tyler Robinson, confessed to his dad, and his dad turned his son in after 3 days of you botching the investigation. You see that? Next, Kash Patel goes, thanks to the full weight of the federal government and leading out with our partners, we've apprehended the suspect in a historic time period. What do you mean a historic time period? What are you talking about? Here, play this clip.
In less than 36 hours, 33 to be precise, thanks to the full weight of the federal government and leading out with the partners here in the state of Utah and Governor Cox, the suspect was apprehended in a historic time period. And I want to highlight what Governor Cox said. This would not have been possible without you, the media, and you, the public. That's why we went so public, so fast, and we're so transparent, and we're committed to that transparency.
And then, of course, Charlie Kirk's got to have his social media moment, which he botches as well. And he's like, to my friend Charlie Kirk, rest now, brother. I will see you in Valhalla. I will see you soon. Here, play this clip.
Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk, rest now, brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
By the way, then you have Governor Cox of Utah tries to politicize this, and he goes, don't you see that we did not riot in Utah? There was no rioting. There was no looting. There was no car set on fire. A white Mormon from a Republican family shot and killed Charlie Kirk, a guy who dressed up as Donald Trump for Halloween. What are you even talking about? Here, play this clip.
But I want you to look at how Utahns reacted the last 2 nights. There was no rioting. There was no looting. There were no cars set on fire. There was no violence. There were vigils and prayers and people coming together to share the humanity. And that ladies and gentlemen, I believe is the answer to this. We can return violence with violence. We can return hate with hate. And that's the problem with political violence, is it metastasizes, because we can always point the finger at the other side. And at some point, we have to find an off-ramp, or it's going to get much, much worse. But see, these are choices that we can make. History will dictate if this is a turning point for our country. But every single one of us gets to choose right now if this is a turning point for us. We get to make decisions. We have our agency.
By the way, then Donald Trump was on Fox this morning, and he seemed to be ready to move on. He spread the lies and disinformation that he found was necessary in the Oval Office by blaming Democrats and leftists and the trans ideology, and dividing the country during a critical moment. Sadly, that Oval Office speech may be all people see. People may not know the actual truth now. Fortunately, lots of people watch the Midas Touch Network, but then watch how nonchalant Trump is. I heard, the dad spoke with a group of ministers and they turned the kid in. Hey, want to talk about Chicago? I'm going to invade Chicago. You want to talk about Soros? I'm going to do a RICO against them. You want to talk about... This is what they do. You want to talk about Gavin Newscom? Should I go back to the oldies? Here, play this clip.
Just some clarification. So a pastor was able to turn him in, or they got the family of the shooter to turn them in?
Well, it was a minister, and the minister went to a minister who was involved with law enforcement, by the way. And his good friend is a top U.S. Marshal. And they took it from there. And then it was a father got involved, namely his father, and said, we got to go in. And they, so I understand it. And again, subject to change, but the facts are the facts. We have the person that we think is the person we're looking for. But they drove into the police headquarters, and he's there now.
Did the father know about what the son had done?
I don't know. I'm going to let you get all those questions later, because I can't tell you how accurate. The bottom line is they have somebody that they think did it.
And by the way, again, I'm just going to report what's going on 4chan, the far-right extremist website right now. They're losing their mind. They're showing photos of Tyler Robinson, and they're saying, so is he our guy? Wait a minute, people were convinced this was some Latino tranny? Oh no, now what? Then people go, he looks like a MAGA bro, LMAO. We'll keep you posted every step of the way, just giving you the updates, trying to keep to the straight facts right now. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million. Thanks for watching.
The truth is more important than ever. Check out our new Truth Over Lies collection at store.midastouch.com. All 100% USA union made.